Hello, world. Welcome to Comic Book News. I'm your old pal. My name is Dan Shaheen. Got a pretty weird show today, for sure. Weird, right? We're going to be looking at something called Image Grand Design. This was a fan-made project forged in the fires of the pandemic of 2020. A bunch of nerds with just way too much time on their hands and who were forced to stay indoors. It's almost like an inverse of the Flaming Carrot's origin, where he was forced into hiding with a bunch of comics. These guys were like forced into like self-imposed exile and had to let that creative energy out. So they put out this thing, right? And I heard about it. I saw these posts about it. I'm like, yeah, okay. They're going to put out a zine. Fun. Cool. And then I took a look at this thing. You might have seen it. The Cartoonist Kayfabe guys featured it and looked at it because it was inspired by them, right? And I was just like, wow, I got to see this thing. I got to, more than that, I got to touch it. I saw it. I need to touch it, right? I'm a freak like that. I need to touch my comic. I need to rub them. I need to like caress them, smell them. Yeah, I'm that kind of weirdo. So I reached out to Eli Schwab, Cosmic Lion Productions. He was really the mastermind. This thing swarmed like Voltron, and Eli just happened to be the head, right? So he was there. He took this thing on. He made it happen. And we're going to look at it. And of course, we're going to bring in, who do I look at comics with these days that get mailed to me anyway? I look at them with Larry, our old pal Larry Young from AIT Planet Lair. Every time Larry's on the show, I get these weird emails like, who is this Larry guy again? Like, what? Like, I know Astronaut's in Trouble. I heard that comic, but what has he done? And I go, oh, not much. And I sort of show him a list of the graphic novels and the people that Larry helped introduce to the world. And they're like, oh, okay, maybe I'll listen to what this guy has to say after all, right? So Larry brings that gravitas and credibility that I sorely lack when it comes to publishing anyway. So we're going to talk to him, but we can't talk to him here. We got to go somewhere else. You know, let's go to a more appropriate venue, shall we?
To the Bat Pulse.
Oh, hey, welcome back to the Bat Cave. And today it's time for another $1 million mailbox. So without further ado, let's bring in our old pal from AIT Planet Lair, Larry Young. Hey, Larry.
Hey, Dan, how are you? I'm doing good.
Hey, Larry.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hey, Larry. 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 Ah!
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, Larry, sorry, buddy. I thought I could get away with using my LMD today, but no luck.
Oh my God, the production value on this show is amazing. That was great. That's like the old days when you'd call an answering machine and somebody would be like, "Hello? Oh yeah, no, I'm not here." But
I've
with
actually
special
used a version of that in my day job, me sitting like going like this and like thoughtfully listening. Occasionally one of these.
Oh, that's
Works
a good
great.
insight. Yeah, that's great. I love that. I'm jealous of the production value on here. You've seen the show that my son and I do. It's in front of a banner, Dork Court, and that's it. It's two guys sitting around talking about comics. But this is not just two guys sitting around talking about comics. We're two guys sitting around talking about comics in the Batcave.
That's right. No, actually, we're so much more than that. We're actually 3 guys talking about comics today. So
I gotta thank you for that gravitas. Thank you for that gravitas intro. So yeah,
Larry, thank you.
It's gonna be exciting to talk to your guest.
Your beard alone, Larry, brings a lot of like gravitas here to the yeah, those kind of looks. so now let's bring in somebody who's got a look of his own that we're going to recognize here. Let's bring in our man Eli Schwab. Hey, Eli.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey,
good to see you, buddy. Thanks.
Yeah, great to be here. Yes, thanks for
I'm
having me.
I'm dying to know, Eli. Are you related to Rob Schwab of the Scud Disposable Assassin?
Man, I wish. There's only a couple letters in between. He's a Schwab, and I'm a Schwab.
Oh, of course.
So close. I'm related.
You're from the tire company, right? The tire magnates.
Les Schwab.
Yeah, Les. Good old Les.
Les. Nah, not him either. Or Charles Schwab, the financial magnate.
Sure.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Just from the Cumberland, Maryland Schwabs.
Got it. Well, you're not Les Schwab. You're more Schwab.
Hey, thank you. Exactly.
Because, dude, you did something pretty amazing with this image grand design thing. Like, I'm really pretty impressed with it. And I want to let you tell us like the genesis where it began, and then we will actually go look at this thing in a minute.
Definitely. Now, I was just the host of the party, as our editor Rocco says. So many people worked incredibly hard on this, including me. Like, Rocco was the editor. You know, we had Craig CK, we had Rick Lopez. I could go down the entire list, but you can do so at imagegranddesign.com. We all wanted to do something during the quarantine, and we kind of, started the community of Cartoonist Kayfabe Ringside Seats. I started that group with this lady, Sasha, who like started it one day before me, and then we kind of like congealed, and then I kind of took the reins, so to speak. I took the reins, I took the shines, and I took all the clouds. And so now we decided, Ed pitched Image Grand Design to start. He made a video kind of, jumping off of like his hip hop family tree, amazing books, his X-Men Grand Design, killer works. And then he pitched this Image Grand Design. And then this dude, Greg and Rocco Jerome, like Greg transcribed Ed's pitch. Rocco took each piece and then kind of worked it into like a sign-up sheet. And then Jerome Cabanatan was like, let's do this. And he made that first page. And even before that, Michael Kemp, I forgot, he made an ad for Wizard, the comics magazine, another thing that I published with Cosmic Lion Productions Presents Wizard 2 coming out soon. And then, it just started to snowball after that. We got these Zoom meetings going. We hang out to this day, late night Zooms, drinking sometimes, enjoying other things, friendships, and making comics. We have a webtoon that kind of spurred out of some of the relationships grown through Image Grand Design. Myself, Craig CK, Rick Lopez, and Burgess Meredith. Yes, Burgess Meredith, that one. Back from the dead, creating comics.
Nice. You
wish.
You dug up Mick.
But so it was just a genesis of all these like collaborative people coming together, and then just pushing and unfortunately, yes, COVID like helped us in a way, but it gave us something collectively to like bounce off of and to like fight against. Like, COVID was Malbolgia, and we were the armies of Spawn trying to find a way back to Wanda, and this is Wanda.
So wait a minute. So there was one, you entered a circle of hell that many might not want to enter, with the realm of copyright infringement, perhaps.
True. Yes.
So like, there's no price tag on this thing. You can't buy this thing, right? Like,
right.
They're out there. I got one, but like, how much did you reach out, or how much of this is completely unlicensed? Tell me the legal status.
Well, we kind of worked in like an APA, amateur press association type of model, where all the creators paid in, and then those people who paid into the printing received the copy. any like, and also we're selling the digital copies of Image Grand Design right now and Image Grand Disaster starting the 20th of May, which is about 2 weeks away, for $5. And all of that money goes to help comics or Hero Initiative. And you all know about the Hero Initiative helping comic creators in need, especially in this crazy COVID times. And so we're almost at $1,500 just with Image Grand Design. And so once Image Grand Disaster comes up, I'm hoping to surpass the $3,000 mark to donate all that to Hero Initiative.
That's amazing. And is that with the sanction of Image? Or is that
no, it's not. I mean, I reached out to a few different people for advice along the way. I've been in contact with Diana Schutz ever since our interview from Wizard, and my work with the Grandole podcast. I do The Devil in Detail, which you can all find on YouTube. And she kind of was like, I would advise against publishing or releasing it for like a wide release. As much as you want to say and claim that it's like spoof or that it's like, that type of thing, she looked at the work and she said the work is too good. It's not like Shitty Watchmen, Shitty Dark Knight. Like it's got that shittiness about it where people did it fast and it's kind of like,
yes.
We're spoofing it. But this is like image quality work, and it would be tough to claim, spoof. What's the actual word I'm looking for? Not spoof.
Parody?
Parody. Yeah. It would be tough to claim.
The
parody.
thing I love is that you just straight up use their marketing trade dress. I mean,
we flipped the eye upside down.
Yeah, but look at Image.
That's
the Image logo.
Image Comics is the trademark, and originally the Image Comics name took comics out, so it's just a Grand Design.
I admire that. I'm not bagging on it. I think that's awesome because there's no way you get on TV sooner if Image decides to sue you, right? It's like
that was kind of
a bunch of guys. What are you gonna do?
Right. That was kind of like the plan was like, you're gonna attack some dudes trying to live through COVID creatively, and I never wanted to. I sent a PDF to Eric Stevenson. Rob Liefeld, DM'd me direct on Twitter asking for a copy. The guy, Nathan Grixty from Australia, who did the Savage Dragon book report. The book report is what we call the grand design sections where we cut out each, the origin of the characters and presented them in the grand design fashion. Eric Larson loved Grixty's pages, which is huge, even though we spelled it with a C instead of a K, but that's fine. That's another copyright thing.
All the people that you mentioned that you said so far are cool with it. Those are the exact people you would expect to be
cool
be cool with it, right? So we're waiting to, I'm ready to mitigate any legal battles. I started an LLC, so my personal assets could not be wrecked.
Look at you.
I kind of have a experience with this. I did a book called Planet of the Capes, which is just parodying the main characters, and I sent it to Jim Lee and asked him to do the intro for me, and he's like, "Oh yeah, man, send it along." And then he read it. He's like, I can't do this. That's Batman, Superman, and the Hulk. It's just too close. Like no one's gonna go after you, but just I can't have my name.
Wow.
So I think you're okay, but that's amazing. I mean, just from a quality production standpoint, hold it up again, but sideways. Look how thick.
Sideways. Show the spine.
Thick that is. What's your page count on that?
It's 348 pages.
Yeah, that's an insane amount of work.
Just from over 50 creators.
Honestly, that was it. That's what blew me away was when I finally got it, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Just even saying 50 creators, I was told there'd be no math, but what is that?
All right, so
6 pages a piece. That's amazing.
Well, go ahead.
No, please go. Sorry.
Just and bunch of people collaborated too. This is the first time I've ever had anyone ink my pencils, and I colored a page, and all these people collaborated on tons of different stuff. Jerome Cabanatan, another killer, one of the very first people who started this book. Absolutely,
yeah. That guy's a winner. I like that guy.
Absolutely.
And Jerome, we want to bring in you or anybody else who contributed to this book sometime next week or whenever, as soon as we can arrange it and make it happen, we want to bring in a panel and we'll just talk about your individual stories and whatever. Today we're going to do a brief overview. Yeah, go ahead.
The fact this thing exists, like just alone, you could just go, well, that's amazing. Right. But just the infrastructure where you had to wrangle, what is it? You said 50 creators?
Right.
That's nuts to me.
I had a lot of support. Like there's Image Grand Design and there's Image Grand Disaster. And so it really like went into two teams, even to the point of like, I wouldn't say Republican and Democrat because that's crazy and hate-filled, but it was very like these two teams who were like working together and, and kind of autonomous at a point, and I would meet with both teams. Rocco Jerome covered Image Grand Design, and he was huge in weaving it all together, creating, the through line, him and Chris Anderson created a couple little pages in between to like firm the story and make it flow. And then there's a whole team of disaster people who organize that story as much as there is, where we're in charge of launching them into space and doing all the wild stuff they did over there. So it was huge.
I want to say this, Eli, for you putting you're setting up LLCs and stuff and putting yourself on the line, and Jim Lee won't write an introduction
right
on an obvious parody.
I think he just didn't want to be associated with that. Just, he just turned a blind eye.
What's the matter with you, Jim?
So, Eli, I just got a text from one of my good friends, Collects Original Art. He's asking if you guys, all your collaborators, are you guys selling that art from that?
Yeah, many people. I mean, I'm sure they would be happy to. Yeah.
All right. I'll let them know.
Yeah, Chris Anderson.
We're gabbing about this comic. We're talking about it. We're flipping pages on the front of this camera. We've got a much, much better way to do this thing. I think how do we do this here, guys? Do you know what it's called?
The $1 Million Cake.
We're on a mission.
Here we go. $1 Million comic scam.
Throw it up there, yeah.
Ready for you. Oh. Wait a minute. Let's pull it into this mode. Oh, and what do we got here? Now in HD. But what do we have here? The legacy, the original $1 Million comic scam, the one that began it all. We are retiring.
Have a nice life in Florida, bud.
Sell that.
And we got a couple things. And we got a couple things to look at today. Wait a minute. Let me pop a pin particle. And we're ready to rock. We got we'll maybe take a look at this if we got time. We're here to look at Image Grand Design, but I thought, there's a media tie-in to Image coming out today, so why not go for those easy low-hanging clicks? You know what I'm saying?
Look at that bad boy.
More importantly, look at that
thickness. I can't get over that. That's amazing.
Wiki down with the thickness.
And let's see what we got now. Actually, a little new action we've got here. Oh, HD pan and scan action as you like it.
Beautiful.
So let's check this thing out. Tell me, what is the difference? What's the what's the designation? Disaster versus design? I don't quite understand.
So this was an idea thought up by Rocco Jerome again, who also thought up the flip book idea. He said he got it from Steranko, I'm sure. So Image Grand Design was the original pitch from Ed Peacecorps, and it was very to the point. Not necessarily to the point, but it like had a linear structure and there was a story, and there he is. And we wanted to stick to that for Image Grand Design, but we also wanted to provide an opportunity for people to like get crazy, throw in whatever Image characters they want. It started from Jerome Cabanatan, and obviously he loves Ninja Turtles. I love Ninja Turtles. He's like, we gotta get Raphael in here. There was an Image Volume 3 of Turtles, so that was
that's
Image.
True.
Yep, Image Grand Disaster is the place where all those wild and crazy stories happened. We also got to throw in some. I always forget this. It's like the characters that are too old and now are owned by public domain. So there's some public domain characters. The public, the classic Daredevil. Greg, who was the editor there, got to do some work like that. We even have Gru in there, who was on Image for a second. There's some.
I saw Mr. Monster. Mr. Monster showed up, right?
Yep. We got Boof and even Street Angel, and then even Ed and Jim show up a few times. Street Angel fights Raphael, which is another Jerome Cabanatan masterpiece.
what I find it kind of funny about this era of Image Comics that you guys loved, right? Like these were the comics that absolutely drove me away from comics, right? Like this 1993 or so, like I went to college and I was just so fed up with the collectible shenanigans that went on, the boom and bust mentality and everything else. And and the lack of, there were some fun comics and stuff from Image, but like the lack of consistency and like the just cancellations and waiting months and months and months when I was working at a comic book store kind of soured me on him a little bit. And I hated Rob Liefeld as well. Like the art I was not into.
Yeah.
But I have completely come around on this thing completely. And a lot of it is thanks to like the Cartoons Kayfabe and the Ringside Seats group and you guys, where I see that like it or not, these guys absolutely inspired the next generation of people after them. And to the point that this is a really loving tribute to people, the likes of which like guys in the 70s or 60s would have done to Golden Age people and so on throughout the generations. So this is absolutely.
And I was just going to make that point that once you get to Dave Sim and Richard and Wendy Peeney, right? For Cerebus and ElfQuest. Then you get the Black and White Explosion. Then you get the Image guys. That started this cascade of stuff. Do you know that big Kuber Skeeber, the Marvel thing?
Yeah, that was a big influence.
Yeah, so it totally reminds me of it. It's like, let's see what we can get away with. And
oh my gosh.
I mean, nobody's going to come after you because there's obvious love involved in there.
Absolutely.
Nobody produces 300 pages of something to try to like screw somebody.
And if Image was smart, what they would do is reprint it.
I was just going to say, like, send a copy to Eric and go, Eric, it's done, man. Yeah. Why don't we just take the money? Like, he's smart enough to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want to shout out.
I'm just going to go. There's so many pages that I want to just keep going through. You can feel free to shout out anything or tell me to stop or go back or whatever.
We got to mention David Brower's on the cover. And then we're looking at Craig C.K. Oh, we got David Brower's cover right there. And then we have Chris Anderson on the inside cover remaking the like 1993 Chicago Comic-Con spread where they had all the Image creators, and he went as a kid and looks to it as a like pivotal moment in his comics growth. And so for him and for many of the people working on this, it was a dream come true to like finally draw these characters that like when they were kids, they were dreaming of, I want to be a comic creator when I grow up. I want to draw Spawn. I want to draw Savage Dragon. I want to draw Boof.
I just love the whole like do-it-yourself thing here. That's right. That was my thing, and I mean, this is like it smells like Kevin Smith, right? It's like I don't know how to make a movie, but I love movies, and so I'm just going to do it.
Right, and what Kevin has always been a big inspiration to me because at one time he said, all I had was a convenience store. And so I just used that. And that's what I always think about, like, use what you've got. And at the point where this started, we had all these creators looking to get creative. So Craig C.K. killed it here with this Jack Kirby inspired.
Is strong out of the gate.
His first printed work. And some of his first.
I want to read this. I picked this up in a shop. I'm gonna buy this comic.
Yeah, he's an amazing tattoo artist as well.
Okay, that
Look
makes
at that
sense.
credit page. That's amazing.
It's
it's straight out of Savage Dragon. Yeah,
his work is so bold
absolutely.
visually. It's fantastic. I could see this translating right into like tattoo style art. That's great.
His art is as bold as his personality, and his lines are as strong as he is. An amazing man. I love all these guys. You can tell, dude. Like, yeah. So I got everyone in there.
A1 sauce.
Yeah. Now, shout out Craig and Jason Lapidus. For some reason, I forgot to put them here on the page. Craig's name appears first in the book. Jason Lapidus only appears in the back. But, I'm sorry, guys. And I'll atone for
a lot of names here. Luckily, we're in high definition. So, folks, you can read these credits. Zoom in a little bit, huh? Hey,
just amazing. And
we'll do a credit scroll for you guys.
There you go. And we also have Tom Orzechowski lettering a few of David Brower's pages, which is huge. He lettered some of was it Mage or Grendel? One of the one of the two, and Spawn #1 and a ton of image work. So that's crazy. And here's Rick Lopez's amazing. Rick Lopez killed it as well. And we have Ed and Jim kind of peering into this world. An amazing, Rick Lopez's vision is like out of this world. His book, The Power, y'all should check it out too. And, so here's where the through line really begins. And we see Jason Wynn, and we see this kind of like alien molecule that is, going to start this insane progression. Right. Also akin to the Akira pill, which we'll see later on in Disaster.
This is amazing. Can you tell me your print run, or is that a secret?
We did a 400 print run.
Oh, this is really super high quality for such a short run. That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we sold only for 1 month in our closed Image Grand Design group on Facebook. Everyone, and that was it. We did it for a closed group. It wasn't publicly on sale at all. And so, it's basically gone. I made a couple deals with some local stores. Collector's Paradise in Los Angeles. You can get
Ed Greenberg. He's a pal. He's one of the best supporters of indie comics out there, and a big fan of this show.
Oh, so shout out Collector's Paradise. Right, and here's another one of the swipes that Rick did. This is from a Spidey book.
I was just gonna say, this is Ditko. This is straight out of like Ditko 79-page package or something like that. I just love it.
Some Charlton thing, right? With all the drugs. That's awesome.
Yeah, I can't remember straight up, but And so here's where we start weaving in all the different characters, and then boom, right into Sam J. Royal. Sam was moving during this process, and he didn't have access to all his art supplies, so he just went out to CVS and bought dollar markers and colored pencils, and this is all just regular media that he scanned, and this dude is insane.
I love this.
I love it, dude.
Eli, I gotta tell you, I just met you, but like I admire so much that you are so on brand. You're like, here's the guy who did this. Here's this. That's amazing to keep all that in your head as a publisher. That's a trick that a lot of people don't have.
Again, they're like,
here's a trick. How do you pull off ads in a book you can't sell?
Well, we wanted to find some sort of way for these guys to monetize what they did. And so we wanted to put their ads right in. Now, here's my 2-page spread. I decided to tackle Savage Dragon, which obviously is one of the harder. He said, Larson is really big on the fin. I'm not sure I did it in these top two, but I think I pulled it off in the bottom one.
I love everything about this project. Eric Stevens is out of his mind if he doesn't contact you and say, let's make some money on this.
I hope
so. Well, I'll tell you this, Larry, if it's any indication of his state of mind, he refused an interview on Comic Book News. Politely.
Did he refuse, or did he didn't have time, right? I mean,
he referred me to some other people.
He's very busy. He's a super
there you
busy
go.
guy.
Yeah, we've had a lot. He's busy selling. Are you kidding? Making $1 million deals. We're small potatoes.
Well, Crossover is an amazing book. Yeah, here's my ad. So we tried to put ads for like the people, those stories right after. So here's my Cosmic Line Productions ad.
Yeah,
my comic Monkey Lion about an intergalactic Afro-funk band on tour through the galaxy.
And I don't know why in the world you would not have sent those to me in a package.
I'm like, I don't have any left, man. I'm sold out of them.
So. Holy moly!
That can print run.
I don't need digital. That's good. I definitely.
This is Eamon Hill, another tattoo artist who just doesn't have a lot of So he did these insane Todd inspired pages. Obviously,
he's channeling Todd big time. Yeah,
huge man.
It's so cool what people's, influences make them do, right? I mean, I bet this guy loves Spawn so much he can't draw. He can't dream at night without having this show up in his head.
And his use of tones and like duo shade and stuff, it looks amazing.
Yeah,
whether it's digital or regular.
I haven't seen a bad piece of art yet. Everybody's on blacks using cool colors, like art. It's just kind of like yes.
And Darkest Image is now a digital project that people are working on in the Image Grand Design group, it's just going to be digital. And there's like another 30 artists that were like, we need to do that. So Darkest Image, Rocco is heading that up as a digital release.
And
they're
polybagged with a collectible pog.
Exactly. You got to have pogs. Why didn't they ever make Star Wars Porg Pogs? Because if we had Porg Pogs, then my Porg Pog collection could be finally completed. Ugh, Porg Pogs. This is the same dude who did The Darkest Image. That's Richie Rich is his God-given name there, and he did these amazing just character
big fan of this kind of. I'm a big fan of these type of assets, whatever you want to call them, and he did a really good job here.
So cool.
Yeah, keep going.
Man, for the home and away team, just amazing work. We got Erwin Papa there on that Wildcats cover. Man, he is so good. And then this is my.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, I'm not getting in the way of this. I love it. Go ahead.
Yeah, Erwin Papa. He's an amazing creator as well. I met him at Meltdown Comics through the Meltthology monthly jam zine and reached out to him. And then we got Ben. I can't remember if this is Ben or Dove Torben, but Ben Granoff and Dove Torben have been working together on comics since they were kids. So this is a cool another place. And I think they might have been inked by Rosalie Higashi, who kills on Webtoon. She has a huge following on Webtoon.
Oh, dude,
and then that's Rick Lopez again with the Super Tiger character, which is the Shadow Force. No, wait. Yes. It's the
nice touch in the corner. I like the corner box.
Yep. That's the Jack Kirby, Bruce Lee riff. We changed the name, which we felt was a little suspect. So we changed it from Jin Singh.
I'm kind of with Dan. I'm an old man, and I was working as the minister of propaganda for Brian Hibbs's world-class store Comics Experience, and when this stuff was coming out, and it was easy for me to ignore. I'm old. I didn't like superheroes at that point. Of course, you're aware of what Image did, right? But I don't know I could tell you 8-inch Shaft, because that stuff.
Right.
But this stuff makes me want to just. I know all those characters, and if the originals were like this, I would know every single bit of it, because this is
what I'm saying. If Image comics look like this,
so
if they had looked like this,
don't stop doing this. Even when the law comes for you, go.
Yeah.
No, I got another Savage Dragon to draw. Sorry.
We had a fight by Jerome Cabanatan back there. He is the master of fights a few pages ago. Right before that, he did that kayfabe cover, and then this is into the Nathan Grixty, Larson approved Savage Dragon stuff. I was 10 years old when Image started, so I was at the perfect age to get right into it. And I was reading Wizard, and I was like, oh my god, these guys are insane! I've got to make my own comics now. And
how old are you, Eli?
37 in a row.
All right. Okay,
I have to admit, I have the first 3 years of Savage Dragon. Dragon is my favorite of all that from that time.
Alan Greenwood published work
that
as well.
That was the book, Larry. That book, I believe, of all the Image books, was the one that felt the most true to the creator just wanted to make comics and just had a comic. He made one comic. He kept doing it. He's still doing it. Right?
I talked to him when it was coming out, and he told me, it's just Bruce Willis as a big dragon cop. And I was like, oh, okay. Give me all of those. It's really good.
Yeah. He has an endless imagination too, which is you just gotta respect Larson. He could go forever, and
I'm just gonna keep going here. I don't want to give short shrift to any of these guys, but I will bring them in. Anybody who wants to come in, we want to have them come in and talk about their work.
J. Andrew World and Jeffrey K. Yeah, that's Michael Kemp.
We have hundreds of pages to go here.
You know what's awesome about that particular page, Dan? Go back, Dan. Go back.
Yeah.
That's really hard to pull off. But doing spot color for those tiny panels is perfect. That's just, oh my God. Whoever did that knows what they're doing.
That's Michael Kemp, who did the original advertisement for Wizard as well. That spawned this whole thing, man.
Nice work, man.
Killed it.
Cool.
Brian P.B. Adimar. No. Matthew Ryan Birch did that Cyberforce cover, colors by Jerome Cabanatan. And then here's a true book report on notebook paper there.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then shout out Rick Lopez for his book, The Power here, man. We got to get him to send you one of those, because that is just a mind-blowing, psychedelic, fourth wall breakdown of the doors of perception of comics, man. Killer.
That's what we specialize in here. We do need that.
Absolutely, man. Another Alan Greenwood page, man. He is so good. on the left there, the Supreme, and then a tweener there by Chris Anderson, who works for Heavy Metal now.
Oh, yeah, this is good looking stuff. I like this a lot.
And then this is by Anton William Blake, his Trencher story. Another shout out to Akira there.
My mind is boggled about just a 300-page zine, which it's amazing. Because and
what I love, but nobody
amazing.
tried to just necessarily ape the artists either necessarily.
Yeah,
there's tribute to, but there's a mix of influences of all these other comics that, frankly, even some of the Image guys probably aren't into some of the influences that influence this.
For sure.
So, it's incredible. It's incredible.
The indie books, just like we wanted to show off our own, like ourselves and our voices too, and like use this as like a coming out party. Like, look, like, we are great artists too. Here's our ads. Here's our crazy art. If you want more of me, I got books coming. So like, let's do it. Everyone in here is like raring to go.
It's working.
And we have more projects coming.
I guarantee you, if everybody submitted something to Image, they would get a bite. That's amazing. What a great way to get attention is what I'm saying. It's like you guys all proved you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So that's amazing.
On the left there we have Jason Lapidus. He's a great artist. He has a book, Group of Seven and Peregrines, that are coming out now. It's about Canadian history and the war, and who would ever think that doesn't sound interesting, but he makes it work. And Rosalie Higashi, check her out on Webtoon. Great series. There is an Eli character in there. Has nothing to do with me, but I just love. I mean, you gotta love an Eli character.
Dan, show me that page again.
Yeah.
That's
I'm sorry, guys.
That's some super clean art. No,
Lapidus is so good. Check out Group of Seven comics on all the.
Dad, Half of the Crown. That's so clean.
Oh,
I'm not into that manga stuff as a rule, but that's an effective page right there.
Yeah, she is a very good artist and has like over 10,000 followers on Webtoon, which opened a lot of our eyes to being like, maybe we should check out Webtoon. I mean, it's incredibly viable. It's a super easy way to get your book out and your comics out. So I'm into it, and I jumped on board with the dudes, and I got pages I'm working on right now.
I remember seeing this one. I had to glance twice. I'm like, is this like Gene Ha working on
it? That's Browers. That's Browers. So he is insane.
Love the planet.
Right. He could absolutely be, if he was, at this point in his career back in the 90s and he submitted to Image, it's just what Ed and Jim said too. But I mean, these pages are, and those are the ones that Tom Orzechowski lettered, is Browers' pages.
Oh, awesome.
We got Ben there. This is Rocco Jerome's C.C. Beck inspired page. I did the colors on that one. Super simple colors, but. And here is the first 2 pages of the 4-page spread by Nathan Grixty. The idea is you need 2 books to put them together to make this 4-page spread. So
that's a classic Image move, right?
Oh, yeah.
They can buy 2 copies, kids.
Exactly. Some people did it. And here I wrote these 2 pages. Me and Ben ran off, in the beginning. But
wait a minute, for the cheapskates at home, here, just screenshot this.
Yeah.
There you go. And now screenshot this.
I think Grixty is actually going to sell prints of that, or he just exhibited at a Australian con.
Well, I just bootlegged them. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, you did. It's fine. Another cool thing that we want to, and this is the page actually that I penciled and Ben inked and colored. So that's the first time I've ever had that happen. Yeah. We do.
Both of these are nice. What about this one? I really like it.
That's James Windsor Smith, who literally just had back then, a year ago, he had a stroke. He committed to 4 pages and then he had to pull out because he had a stroke, and he did that pencils in the hospital. And Craig C.K. inked them, and then Tony Mcmillan of Serious Creatures fame colored that beautifully.
Man, you guys aren't letting adversity get in your way, are you?
Nah, hell no.
That's amazing.
What was I saying about the Max pages?
Well, I'm just saying Sam Keith can't put out Max pages, right?
Exactly.
Can't get him to finish his stories. Let's get JWS in there.
So then here's Kemp again, and
Dan, you're gonna go through this whole book, aren't you, man?
Why not?
And
that's so awesome.
I don't think we got time for Jupiter's Legacy because I'm too into this.
Another idea that Rocco Jerome had is that the characters would die in the order that the original books stopped publishing. And so as these creators are perishing, it's in the order. Mostly, though Shadowhawk, I think we messed up a little bit, but it continues.
I'm gonna keep
I had a good point about the Max. I keep forgetting.
So nobody's bootlegged your PDF. Huh?
Well, that's the point. Thank you for that. What we're encouraging people. I put the PDF in super high res, so high res that people were having trouble downloading it. But we're encouraging people to print their own. So if you bought the PDF for $5, go out and like print it, cut it up, print your favorite pages, print the Max pages, print whatever you want. Like, we want this to be a DIY. Like, show us your prints, get out there, and make something happen with what you want. So we want people to bootleg the print as much as you can.
Oh, this one.
That's Burgess Meredith there, aka David Grom. He did these, and we kind of like cut the action here. So we got the Max fighting Malbolgia. He's in hell, doing it for his jungle queen. And then we cut back to like the act. Did we pass? Let's see. Where are we? Oh yeah.
Page numbers. That's my.
There's some page numbers in there, but it's like these full bleed pages. We can't.
Yeah.
That's Ben Granoff again. Apparently he did. Yeah, he did these pages. So well. Oh yeah, we missed the Christian.
Sorry.
Oh, we missed the Christian J. Mizimo spread. I think with Rip Claw and Bad Rock. Yeah. There it is. Oh yeah, Ben Granoff did those insane. Yeah, that's Christian J. Measy. I love him. He also could be. I've hired him for so many gigs at this point. Art for the podcast. He did 50th anniversary drawing for my parents. Like, he kills it.
Oh, all right, that's cool.
Yeah, there we got Burge again. We call him Burge, and then back to Brower's is insane.
Best Burgess Meredith line of all time. Anybody?
I'll take you home and show you my cologne from Grumpier Old Ben.
Not bad.
Okay,
I do Larry. The Twilight Zone, losing his glasses.
That's such a good.
Okay. I'm gonna say best Burgess Meredith line ever is, "You gotta eat lightning and you gotta crap thunder."
Dang, what's that from?
Rocky.
That's Rocky.
Oh, jeez, what? Yeah, okay. Yep, back to Bird.
You can catch that chicken, you can catch Creed.
Come on, Rack. All right, yep, and then we got Ben here. And we got the classic Spawn countdown here, too, that goes through the whole book. Another classic through the chest hole Savage Dragon. And then we're back to Sam J. Royal's amazing colored pencil pages. Oof. Oh, he's so good.
I just love it. Tour. The fact you guys all have the comics of religion is just like making me so excited. It's making me want to like do a Savage Dragon story.
Heck yeah! Well, get in on Darker Image, man.
I can't draw. That's what I'm saying. I still want to draw the
well, that's the beauty. Is like there's people who are drawing and who are looking for writers who are looking for artists. Now this huge like 35-page fight spread was thumbnailed by Jerome Cabanatan again, who is a martial artist by trade. He teaches Taekwondo. He knows all the moves. And then it was inked and colored. I think inked by Chris Anderson and then colored by Chris or colored by Ben Granoff. Just an insane action.
Good looking stuff.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And then back to the postscript by Rick Lopez, which introduces like the future of the Image universe. We got Saga, Paper Girls, Chew, and even Invincible and Descender, I believe.
What this does is makes me not worry. Like, I was worried that people, the next generation, had kind of lost the fever. Like I thought it sort of died out, but it's like it's still there.
Yes,
and that's I was worried that they would. Yeah, I was worried they'd get the wrong lessons too from some of this Image stuff. But like, I feel like it all shook out right.
No, there's so much love, man. You can feel this coming off my computer screen. Yeah. It's awesome.
We got some more ads. We got a Hellshock. And then here's like a fun Image Grand Design like page that Jerome made to like get us out there and get started. Like take 2 or more Image villains, find a reasonable connection, collect some pages and get started. Like just do it. Yeah.
All this interstitial like back matter stuff this entire project is like totally something I would have printed.
Oh yeah.
That's amazing.
I love this stuff. I love the back matter stuff too, and we really wanted to present.
You guys are right there. Like you should just this is amazing.
Yep, and here's like cutting room floor from Rick. We got some pencils by Browers and inks, and then this is another poster print that he did and was colored by Russ Cassidy.
Just wow, this is great looking. This could have been the cover.
I know, yeah. He didn't leave trade dress room, so we had to get him to do another one.
So that's the mark of a pro, right?
Yeah.
And here's like again how Sam drew these pages, and like here's like just basic highlighters, colored pencils, and stuff.
This made me cry how perfect this is.
I'm saying, and the quality, Larry.
Yes, forget it, man. This is amazing.
That's the original ad from Wizard, and then Jerome's original like sketchbook page that he put out there to like get us all started. Just amazing. And then Ed threw us this, which you could only previously get from the Hip Hop Family Tree box set. There was like a mini comic insert that had this Rob Liefeld 501 Jeans cartoon comic that he did. And then my girlfriend and I remade the 501 Jeans commercial shot for shot as an ad for this book as well.
Wait a second. Awesome. Wait a minute.
Yeah, this is great.
Look at those feet.
I just want to linger for a second. They're in perspective. That's all. They're in perspective.
Exactly. The mini feet.
You got to show me this Jim Rugg thing. I love that guy's art.
Oh man, yeah, it was super cool of both of them to be involved. Mm-hmm. I mean, this pinup by Jim is wild. He said it's some of his favorite lettering that he's ever done. I mean, just both of those guys, attention to detail and the craft that they show is insane. Hand cut, tones on this and just insane. And then Jim Mahfood, who I've been working with and a fan of probably the longer than anyone. I first wrote Jim in probably like 2003. And I've been in correspondence with him ever since. He got me started podcasting. His BP sessions is what made me start podcasting almost 10 years ago. In June or July will be my 10-year anniversary for podcasting.
Awesome, man. He was kind of one of the last of this generation almost of guys, right?
And his Girl Scouts was an Image comic. And so he made this. And then here's Christian J. Mizimo again with this Mobius strip. I wanted him to do a pinup that would look right both ways so that when you turn it, that this is the middle page, so it would work anyway. Yeah. And then you can
Mahfood's amazing. I love Mahfood's art so much it's not even funny.
Yeah.
This is the center of the book.
Correct, yeah.
Dan, you know that book Electric Girl we did, right? We took it out. Nickelodeon was interested. in it.
Yes.
And Mahfood did all the art for it.
Oh, that's sick.
It was that would have made the best cartoon of all time.
Yeah, he's pitching his. Now we got to start back from the beginning if you want to go.
That marks the beginning, and then we flip over to Image Grand Disaster.
No, I don't have every artist of this one committed to memory as much because I didn't go through it as much, but. Chris Anderson has the opening here.
We'll just call these guys the B team, right? We'll call them.
No, they're not the B team.
No.
Don't do that. The art in this is equally as insane.
It's not. It's some of it's maybe better.
You can tell Dan has never been a publisher. That's hilarious.
You might be the B Squad, but you're B Squad leader. But they're not B Squad. This is insane. We got
excellent.
Yeah, that's Dan Moeller. I'm pretty sure. No. Dang, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know this one as well, but
no, this is Brad Dwyer.
Tony Farrow. Brad Dwyer. Oh, you got it all. He got it. Say it there.
Hypernaut, Moore and Bassetti, 1963 characters. Everybody loves Hypernaut, right? Hypernaut. Which ironically, he's the only one I can't pick out who the exact analog to Marvel 1963 Hypernaut.
Yeah, I don't think there is. I just think those dudes are like into hallucinogens and they were like, let's make our crazy hallucinogenic character.
I think you're probably right about that.
All right, so Hypernaut, Brad Dwyer. Then we got Blood Wolf, which is Alan Greenwood.
Great.
Oh yeah. Alan Greenwood really came into his own. He like always wanted to be creator, and this is his first like sequential pages. Honestly, total
Eli,
destruction.
the biggest achievement, just as a guy who's flipping through it with you for the first time, the biggest achievement you guys did is this looks like a coherent piece of work. You have 50 people doing all the stuff in their own styles with all their own influences and stuff, and it looks like it all belongs together. That's insane. That's like taking all the food in your closet and dumping it in a pot and having a good meal. Yeah. So I totally know what happened to make this exist. And you guys are heroes. It's amazing.
Yeah, thanks, man. Shout out to Dr. Ben Anthony for those previous pages. Another thing that the guys did for Disaster is they had these little interstitials and through lines. So like the bottom of Dr. Ben Anthony's pages, Rocco Jerome did like the 3 panels that are like the framing mechanism. And then we had more Richie Rich. And then
this is good. This stuff is great looking.
Oh, man, there's so many. See, that's the Viltrumites.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we love it.
Oh, yeah, Kehlani Carabello did Mayhem in Between.
Looks great.
Oh, my God, there's so much. Eric Armstrong, Nick O'Gorman, Diego Capanucci, MT Sloth, Flavio Nano Guerriron. Written by Mark Darden. Mark Darden, too, you got to shout him out. He did so much freaking work, and he's working tirelessly to prep the Image Grand Disaster PDF of Guano guy fame. He does an amazing book. Sam Blanchard right there, killing it. He is incredibly good as well. All these guys are so good. Oh, yeah, this is funny. That's a funny one right there for sure. Oh, my God. McFarlane colostomy bag.
That's hilarious. Never leave the table again.
Oh, man. There's so many great little things like that. Little homages. Yep. And then here's that's by Sam Blanchard there again. Probably one of the weirder stories in this book. That's sexy. Yeah.
Whoa, yes.
Yeah. Brain sex.
Nerves.
This is the wild section here. This is Groove versus Bone, literally and figuratively.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. I just contacted Marky Vanier and he's agreed to come in for an interview. We haven't scheduled it.
I like him a lot, man. I interviewed him at San Diego Comic-Con one time. Just a wealth of knowledge. A great, great guy.
Yeah, that guy's awesome.
I'm not sure Sergio would enjoy this as much. We did edit it for the PDF release. The bone becomes a banana. But Jeff Manley, I mean, is spot on with Groove right here.
Dude, this down here, the little marginal.
Right? Yeah.
Great.
I mean, he's so good.
Sergio would love it.
I think he would like it. He's one of my all-time favorites. And
yeah, dude, Sergio would totally love this.
I love him so much.
For sure.
This is Tony McMillan, who is absolutely a singular creator. His God, what's it called? Creatures, Serious Creatures, which is like a comic about Hollywood makeup and like the guy who kind of loosely based on the makeup guy who did like The Thing and all this work. God. Amazing work.
Tom Savini or one of those?
Tom Savini, and then there's another dude who was like a super young kid. Dang, I can't remember everything.
No, it's not Rick Baker. Actually, you know what?
Rick Baker did do some work with it, but I can't remember the guy's name.
Not the young guy. I don't remember.
He was like a kid working on those creations.
I'm liking this boof a lot.
Yeah, here's the boof.
Rob Botton, was that it?
Rob Botton. There you go. Yep, absolutely. Thank you.
Shout out to Steve Ukrin, who's in my ear. I feel like I got a producer for the show.
Nice. Yes.
He's like, Hypernaut's probably Iron Man, and I'm like, they're talking.
Well, right. No, it's not quite Iron Man. It's you want to tell? I'll tell you who it is. It's No Man.
Oh, the Dicko No Man.
Oh yeah.
It's No Man from what's it called? What Thunder Agents? Right, because he could transfer his consciousness into different robot bodies, and that was the same era. Question resolved.
If all problems are so easy.
Gosh, look at this stuff, man!
I want to buy every page of this original art.
So good.
That's Jerome Cabanatan again, and there on the right is the colored version of his original notebook sketch that we saw at the end of Image Grand Design. So there's that page. Finally saw.
And how many of these pages would you say are purely digital, like where the artist never touch ink?
I don't know, man. Probably about half and half. I know Jerome works digitally. Yeah. I only work on. I guess I did digital colors, but I did traditional inks. And again, I'm kind of like, oh, dude, this dude is very good. Another guy that could have easily worked for Image. Yeah.
Nobody does traditional color anymore.
John Ashton Golden.
I'll digital.
It's just so much work, man. It's just like so much work. I don't have the.
No, I assume all the colors digital, but I meant inks and pencils and stuff.
I'd say it's about half and half.
Yeah.
There's Jerome. John Ashton Golden
color steps.
Man, and I just don't have the time to paint that blue line back there. And, John Ashton Golden is so good. He has Freak Force stuff he did there.
This is really good. He's got a good kind of parody style going on. This is Jack Davis-ish or whatever.
Absolutely, yeah. And then this is a great fake ad by Joe Janowski. Another amazing. I think he does cartoon work as well. He's got his he's got some amazing creations. Yeah, this is so good.
Like Leonard the Duck.
Exactly.
Cool.
I'm telling you, you could sell 3,000 of these at a $24.95 price point and not even think about it.
I would agree.
This is amazing.
Yeah, an Image Comics family tree. What another amazing work. Scott Arnold, it says.
Oh, wow. This is cool. I haven't read this one yet for sure. So it's sort of a hip hop family tree documentary style approach to the creation of Image.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna send Stevenson an email about this because this could do a $50 hardcover, $24.95 thing. You just sit in money. It's all done already. It's a giant sack of money on the side of the road.
I mean, they could even release it in issues, man, and then they would have 10
you don't want to do that because then all the issues might not pay for themselves.
Yeah,
I would see the Hero Initiative printing up a stack of these and selling them at conventions only. Because
that's a way to go. Yeah,
this is Matthias Fourier. He's a great dude from Paris, who did amazing work here.
Wow,
I love that we can't shake Eli. I'm sorry, I have to give everybody credit. I don't even know who these guys are, but let me refer to my notes.
Yeah, I got the end
this
here.
Is great. Oh man, this is the kind of thing that takes off.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Dr. Ben again, man. He had been away from comics for a long time, and now he's back. He's got these crazy colors.
Yes, I like.
Really great work. And some of it's like meta too, it's got talking about Brubaker, Sean Phillips. This is like he is in this. He's the guy with the chops and the bald head there in the top right. So
that's the Broob.
Yeah, his hat. Yeah, does Broob know about this? He would love this.
I don't know.
You can get $500 for the original art if that's on Bristol board out of Brubaker.
Speaking of Broob, he won't even email. He won't even return my emails to say no. I don't have time to be on your show.
What? Come on, Broobs.
What is
trying to get through that guy?
That's nonsense.
We pretty much blew him up out Pulp, dude. That book was so awesome. Did you read that one?
I didn't get to.
Eli?
No,
dude.
People have been telling me about this.
Pretty strong book.
Best OGN of that year in a strong year.
Yeah, I got to check that out. Adam Lemnon, the previous page there. He's an editor and does like editing work for like Lovecraft Country and like all these movies and stuff. Oh man. Oh, and then I think these next pages are Grixty. Yeah, and we got some Scud showing up in there. My brother Rob Schwab. I love that. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh my god. And then
here's all great.
These are pages from James Windsor Smith here. Beautiful. Man, that dude is wildly talented. I think he did all his own colors too.
A little Von Bodega.
He's the other insanely talented Windsor Smith, huh?
I think that's a stage name, but the Smith is real, but the Windsor is
got it.
His royal name. Man, just so much good stuff. Dudes, if I forgot your name, I'm super sorry. I didn't work as closely on Disaster as much, but I know that's a Chris Anderson page there on the right. Oh my gosh.
What I'm liking is, again, I hate to repeat this, but I'm not seeing like just like trying to do the style of these old books. It's something completely different.
Flip back one page, if you will.
Yeah.
Now this is another amazing fight by Jerome Cabanatan where it's Ed and Jim and Raphael and like fighting zombified versions of Savage Dragon and all these other heroes, and then Jerome himself is in there too, jumping back and forth between the panels. And just this is a genius page by Jerome. I gotta say, it's insane.
It's totally like playing on the playground when you're a kid, you know.
That's exactly what we referred to it as, like the sandbox, like
it's
playing
coming,
with other
it's coming off
toys.
the page, man. It's awesome.
So much insane work.
Wow.
The thing I love about the flip book, we did a couple of flip covers, and I even did when Code Flesh came out through Image, we actually did a flip book called Double Image. And the thing I love about that is that you can face front it either way on the shelf. So it's almost like you're getting two sets of impressions for the same work.
True.
Exactly.
And
yeah, I tried hard to make
it's a cheat, but it's amazing. It's great.
Yeah, I was like,
Mr.
I tried
Monster,
to make
that's
it.
good.
Oh yeah, I love him. I tried to.
Did you reach out to Michael? Did you reach out to Michael Gilbert at all?
No, I didn't. I really should have. He seems super.
Dude. He's out there.
He's super big on Facebook. I love his historical.
Yeah, I see him all the time on Facebook. I want to talk to him too. Mr. Monsters.
I only recently read that book, but it really like struck me as like I was in awe of the creativity in that book. The getting those Basil Wolverton in the back and just so cool.
He's a true aficionado of that era of comics and
absolutely love it.
Put out amazing stuff.
And there's this whole thing where like it's the zombie. Yeah, that's Michael. Yeah, even Bean World got into it. It's insane. Yeah. And then here that's a Michael Wagner, and then that's Christian J. Mizimo. Dude, Mizimo on the next page.
Oh, okay.
There's this whole framework where these guys are in this underground bunker after the zombie apocalypse that was started with like the green stuff from Image Grand Design, and so they're all fighting the zombified heroes, and it's all the B team characters, these B squad characters. The characters are the B squad, not the creators. Right. So.
A+ top-notch creators.
Yeah, exactly. All Zisus, no Klauses.
Wow, this is good.
Yeah, Christian J. Mizimo. God, I love that man. His art he's so good.
Wow, he's really good.
Yeah. Oh man. And then just so much insane work. I got to shout out Tony Farrow. He did a lot of amazing work too. His work blows me away. His colors blow me away. I can't even keep track. Hostess
what I'm going to
ads.
say, guys, is maybe at least put your credits on your page. If you're going to put your anthology and you want to get your name out. But I mean, to the artists, right? Get your name, get a nice. Todd did it. He'd give you a nice big scroll. You knew Todd drew something.
Mobius did it, even though everyone knew a Mobius page,
For sure.
John Coates, he has an amazing book called Dino Beasts, I believe it's called. He did the Hostess ad here too. Just beautiful.
This is cool.
Yeah. Stabbed with pies. More Mizimo, you crazy, crazy dude. We love you so much.
Yeah, it's so good.
Man, I wish I knew all these creators.
Or Ed showing up in here with the turtles.
Yep. And then this is like Dr. Terror and the Golden Age Daredevil, and I think there's like a Bat Woman or something. So there's all these characters showing up. Oh my God, so good.
I really like it.
And we try, yeah. And then on the next page, you got this Alan Greenwood Platt inspired. Oh my God, just insane. And Destroyer Ducks in there.
This. Yeah.
Disaster it blows my mind with all the stuff that's going on here. Then you got, Shaman's Tears coming up. Jeez, man.
Yeah, this is the kind of book that you just buy and get a 6-pack and just read the whole thing at once.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Ryan Tavares, man. Oh, he's so good too. He did. Yeah, it's hard to keep track. Shout out all you dudes. Kurt Belcher.
You know,
Authority
just as a
Planetary.
fan, I'm not a giant fan of anthologies.
Hey, I did that page.
But this all works because everybody's on the same page, you know?
Yeah, I agreed.
Whoa, man, I keep getting shocked. I'm turning pages and loving like completely out of right field styles. I'm a sucker for the planet, but
Yeah. And he's got that like.
is this Harvey Picard showing up because of like were their image?
I think
Were there
so,
images
man.
of American Splendor?
I don't know, man. I think
Was
so.
Was our Cancer Year image, or was that his? No.
I don't know. It
Picard,
does
man.
seem to be Picard. I think it is. Or is it the guy? It says Shaman's Tears by Jeffrey Krasowski. I always mess up your name dude. Jeffrey K. And art by Matthew Ryan Burge.
Shaman's Tears was Mike Grell's
Exactly, yeah.
image book, which actually was one of those ones that looked like he really put a lot of his heart and stuff into it, and it just didn't catch.
Yeah, here on the bottom left, if you go back one page, the creators, they had these views into all these different galaxies and universes. And so he added photos of a bunch of the creators from Image Grand Disaster.
Oh, I see.
So you can see the kind of view screens where all the different
Yeah,
people
I
show
gotcha.
up and stuff.
I got you. Little cameo appearances by the creators.
Exactly. And a bunch, Madman Nexus, a bunch of characters.
Not unheard of. We love it.
Oh my God. Oh, who did this? Yeah, man, there's so much.
Yeah, this
Tricky
is where
losers.
I wish my only thing is I want page numbers and I want credits more. But I hear what you're saying. Like you can't just put page numbers on every one of these pages.
Right. That's Casey Bouchard back there. He has another great book coming out. Casey Bouchard again. And then Josh Baer, famous underground artist, threw us this Trimpy Loses comic, which is just another it's about his experience, I think, working for Image and how it wasn't really the greatest. And then
We're going deep cuts with Herb Trimp references. Yeah. Come on. Love it.
And that's Image Grand Disaster, man.
And that's Image Grand Disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. I'll flip through this real quickly.
Got the credit pages.
You had 4 choices here.
Of credits. That's amazing.
The colored credits pages, different colors, just good, solid design choices all around in this thing where you had choices to make. I really like it.
Then we got a little postscript that leads you right into Akira, basically the Akira pill, and then Casey Bouchard's back cover poster back into
yeah. Amazing, my friend.
Just physically, man, I was like near the end. I was like doing this to get closer to see the art. So come on, that's you guys' job done there. Nice work.
Yeah, really excellent work, man. Yeah. You guys did a fantastic job. I think we want to get out of here, though. Let's get out of here. Back to the back.
Alan, no more.
Or we could go back to the bookcases, too. Wait a minute. Guys, I've been hard at work. Pandemic, see, all this time from the pandemic made me up my game for this channel, too. So I'm trying hard. It doesn't show by my subscriber count, though.
Jesus wasn't a prophet in Nazareth, right? Everybody's like, oh, Jesus, that guy beat up in 8th grade. And then he's the son of God, right? That's what's going to happen to you.
Yeah, but there were some pretty gnarly steps in between those to get there. So
But it's coming, right? Avoid that part.
I feel like I've been crucified already. Guys, thank you for coming in. Eli, thank you so much for coming in here. I want to open it up if there's any questions from the audience. Now is your time. Gabriel Jimenez, new longtime watcher, says quality over quantity, Dan. I agree with that. In this case, you got both, though. You somehow delivered this. So in my business, we've got a saying. Cheap, fast, and good. You can pick 2. Okay? You get 2 of those. You pulled off the trifecta here, dude, because it's cheap because I didn't pay a dime. it was
True.
fast because you pulled together a 300-page anthology for 50 people in under a year, and
Almost exactly a year.
And it's good because there's heart and soul in every single page.
Yeah, 100%.
Full of it.
Loved it.
I bet it smells good too.
Oh, so beautiful.
Good comics.
I like those pages in my beard.
Yell of victory.
Okay, Gabriel says major props for the team that the proceeds go to the Hero Initiative. Just goes to show how much a love letter this is to comics and their creators.
Absolutely.
Although I don't think any of the image creators are going to have to worry so much about their retirement years. At least I hope
proceeds.
Not. Get Dan Shaheen Hustle YouTube channel. Get for you. You nailed it. You nailed it, dude. I make no secrets about that.
Everybody's working an angle.
I'll tell you what. When I contact Eli, I'm like, Eli, I really want to talk to you on the channel. He's like, oh yeah, you do? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh yeah, I'll do that. And I go, send me one of those books. And he's like, oh, I see what this is.
It worked though. It sure worked.
Okay.
Well,
guys, I gotta get out of here.
Ton of new fans.
I'm sorry, I gotta bail because I'm getting paged by my day job. So
all right,
man, I want to thank both of you guys for coming in here. Larry, I want to challenge you to watch Jupiter's Legacy and maybe we talk about it sometime.
Oh, sounds good. I'll do it. Okay. Hey, I got that Cyber Antics too. I want to thank you. It was when I was traveling, but I picked it up. It's good.
Okay.
I'll flip through it.
Great.
Yeah. Thank you.
We'll do that. I've got a copy too. I had 2 copies. So anytime I got an extra copy of something that weird, I'm like, Larry.
Can I tell you what my kid just said to me? I got a little distracted off camera. He asked when you're going to review Astronauts in Trouble.
As soon as you send me one, Larry. As soon as you send me one, pal.
I'll send you the image version. I'll send you the image version.
Perfect. Because my whole collection was stolen from me years ago. And and then I was a retailer. Don't worry, that guy's dead who stole it now.
Well,
and the
good.
retail and then I was a retailer, and you don't get high. You don't get high off of your own supply, so I sold a bunch of my stuff. But then I've been rebuilding in recent years. So you're queuing me up, fellas, because what I really need here
the post office box, right?
Yeah, please send your comics into the $1 million mailbox, P.O. Box 1163, Arcata, California 95518. Get an honest assessment from Larry. We won't fluff up everybody like we fluffed up.
No,
Eli.
I was just thinking. I try not to shit on people's dreams. Like, hey, good work, keep at it. But no, this was 100%. You guys know what you're doing. It's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's
a huge amount.
Yeah, I'm gonna say what I said before, that Larry liked, that you guys don't have a future, you got a present, man. You made it happen. You did your thing. And you just did it and rolled the dice. A lot of people would have been stymied just by the idea of like, what legality, no. You guys just did it. I love it.
We had to do it. And I'm excited to come back with a big group of the dudes to talk about, the creation as soon as we can. So shout out to all the Image Grand Design and Disaster creators. We're coming back.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I'm free pretty much any day of the week, but Thursdays. That's kind of my big interview day.
Okay.
Speaking of which, next Thursday, who we got? Oh my gosh, dude, Brian. Who's better than Brian Hitch as a modern day comics guy? Anybody? Okay. Brian Hitch, come on. And then the week after that, who? I'm not sure yet. I got some plans. We'll see. Thank you guys for dropping in. I got to do the closing credits and get out of here. Thanks.
Dan, real quick, do a whole week with these guys.
I'd love to.
Yeah, that's amazing. Just a whole week, because
if we can make the schedule work, I'll do more.
Yeah, that's awesome. Nice work, Eli. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Right. Thanks, Eli. See ya. Thanks, Larry.
Thanks, Dan.
Later on, man.
Yeah.
Adios. Whoops, and thank you world for watching this. We have still got 9 people watching this thing. You checked us out and you liked what you saw. I hope if you liked it, you got a way to signify that. There's a thumb. You want the thumb up if you liked it, and you click the thumb down if you didn't. But if you didn't, do me a favor, write a comment in the comments below. Hey, maybe even if you did and you're watching this thing and you have some questions, write some comments in the comments below. I love those comments. Thanks for checking us out. Come back next week for Brian Hitch, and come back after that for all kinds of good fun. More Image Grand disaster design panels on the way in the not too distant future that we also refer to as next time.
Revenge is mine. I can't hear you, Colonel Fury. What? No witty boasts? No clever comebacks? I said revenge is mine. Don't you have anything to say?
I always heard living well's the best revenge.
But I just killed you.
No, you just killed my life model decoy. Useful little toy, isn't it?